Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. So Bodo Glimt away in the Europa semi-final, second leg. Really looking forward to this one. Of course, just about to leave Gatwick for Oslo. I don't think I'm going to be needing these though, because it's going to be cold in Norway. So it's freezing cold, it is raining, but we are walking from the airport to the hotel because you can. It's only a short walk, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and most people walk to and from the airport instead of using taxis, buses, etc. So let's see how we get on.
A very, very busy airport today. Just had something to eat and a couple of drinks. Just waiting to get on the first plane now. So I'll be getting on 2 planes today to go to Bodo. The first plane from Gatwick, London to Oslo. That's going to take around 2 hours. And then I'm going to be in Oslo for a couple of hours. And then it's going to be Oslo to Bodo, which is going to take another hour and a half. Bodo, of course, is just north of the Arctic Circle. I am expecting cold conditions, although I've just looked at the weather, and a low of 4 degrees during the time that we are there, and a high of 8 degrees, but high chance of rain all days. Today, I'll be arriving about 10 p.m., so won't see much of Bodo today. But tomorrow, game day, of course, a lot of rain expected tomorrow, and rain and cold conditions expected on the day I come home as well, on Friday. The players have literally just boarded the plane. No sign of Heung-min Son. Dominic Solanke is there though, and BBC Sport earlier today stated that James Maddison has been ruled out for 3 months, and he could even miss some of the pre-season for next season. So that is a big blow to Ange Postecoglou. Of course, we need all of our players, especially in this game. And I know sometimes, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club like to keep things close to their chest. So has Heung-min Son travelled or not? That is the big question today.
You good? You good? Yes. I like you.
We will find out soon enough, though, because Ange Postecoglou has his pre-match press conference in the stadium at 5 p.m, and then the players will have an open training session in front of the media at 6 p.m. Now for a couple of interesting facts about Bodo Glimt, our opponents. Now, they were formed in 1916. They have the nickname of Gleam, or the Super Team. The capacity of their stadium, and this is very, very small, 8,270. It is absolutely crazy to think that a stadium with only 8,000 seats is going to host a European semi-final. Four times champions of Norway in 2020, 2021, 2023 and 2024. Northern Norwegian Cup winners 9 times, and they've also won the Norwegian Cup twice. Known for its yellow kits and huge yellow toothbrushes that supporters carry to matches. That is going to be an interesting one tomorrow on match day. They have won the league 4 out of the last 5 seasons. They were quarter-finalists in 2022 in the Europa Conference League, and of course this season semi-finalists in the Europa League. Now, some more very interesting stats. Bodo Glimt in their history have played a total of 95 European games. This is either in the Champions League or European Cup, the Europa League or the UEFA Cup, the Europa Conference League or the Cup Winners' Cup. Now, out of those 95 games, they have won 46 matches, they have drawn 16 and they have lost 33, giving them a win percent record of 48.42%. And what about this for a stat? Their win rate at home in European competition, 70%. Their away win rate is only 6%. Their UEFA ranking is, they are 43rd. Tottenham Hotspur up in 31st. Other teams of note, West Ham are in 28th, Rangers are in 25th, Real Madrid are top, and Manchester City are second. Okay, just one more before I board the plane. Now, the population of Bodo is just 42,831, and as we all know, the capacity of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is 62,850, so the whole of the population of Bodo would comfortably fit inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And Bodo is the largest urban area and town in Nordland County and the second largest town in northern Norway. Well, time for just one more. So just thinking actually about Heung-min Son, whether he's boarded the plane or not. Another player that we didn't see board the plane is Richarlison. But I don't take much from these videos sometimes because the club don't ever put a video out showing every single player who has boarded the plane. So let's wait and see what Ange Postecoglou says about the squad that has actually travelled. Just arrived in Oslo, and this airport not very busy at all, which is absolutely brilliant because I've just literally breezed through passport control. Now on the way to the connecting flight, Oslo to Bodo, but here for a couple of hours. So Vicario has just taken part in his press conference and he has confirmed that Heung-min Son will not be available for Tottenham in Thursday's game against Bodo Glimt in the second leg of the semi-final. That, of course, is a big blow to Ange Postecoglou because, of course, James Maddison and Lucas Bergvall out for the remainder of the season. That is 3 creative players out of the semi-final.
Hi, Guillermo. A lot's been made ahead of this game about the pitch that they have, the artificial surface. I just wondered, as a goalkeeper, what's the difference when it comes to playing on artificial pitch?
I don't know. We're going to try tonight, to be fair, so not impressed about that. We knew before coming here that the surface would have been different to normal pitches, so nothing changed for us. We just adapt quickly tonight and we will be ready for tomorrow.
Hi Vic. Obviously you've lost a lot of the leadership group in the recent weeks with the injuries. Just wondered, is there more pressure on you and Christian Romero to kind of step up and lead the team?
It's kind of thing that we have always to deal with, to be fair. So we will not have Sonny and Mothers for tomorrow. So it's on us, but it's on everyone. The importance of the entire squad tomorrow will be crucial, and we will need the contribution from everyone, from who's going to start, from who's going to come in, and from the guys on the bench. I think the Spurs family will play a crucial role in the game of tomorrow.
Jack.
Hi. What lessons have you guys learned from your big second leg performances, particularly at AZ Alkmaar and then at Eintracht Frankfurt this season?
To be fair, every game is different, so we will have to be very tuned in tomorrow because we know we're gonna face a tough opponent. They proved at our place, and especially the record that they have here playing in their home ground is highly rated. So we have to be very focused, everyone, and ready for this battle.
Gail.
I was going to say, how much is tomorrow night about mental toughness, about resilience, about team spirit? Because everybody we've spoken to around Bodo today, this means so much to them and so much to the whole place that you almost have to play smart, don't you? You have to be very streetwise tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the point is to be really a look, as we have been as well in AZ and in Frankfurt, to show that team performance, to stay very connected, very close to each other, like you always have to do in European away games, especially tonight in a semi-final. So yeah, nothing changed on that perspective. To be fair, we faced already so many big teams away in Europe, so I can say we are ready for that.
Hiya. You said in your first answer when asked about the pitch that you're not impressed by that. Do you mean that you don't think a semi-final of a European competition should be on an artificial pitch?
Well, to be fair, it's not on my decision. It's not on if they can play on this surface on an artificial pitch in a semi-final. It's fine. So we're gonna adapt. Many teams have played here, so it's not an excuse to come here and to say, oh, the pitch is artificial, because many teams during this season and over the last years have played here. So nothing has to worry us about the surface.
Tom.
Tottenham have given away quite a lot of leads this season. I wonder what your mindset is going into this match. Is it to hold on to what you have, or do you try and win the game again?
No, I think we just need to stick to our principles and to how we have approached games of the last 2 seasons, and try to play our game. It's important to focus on which are our strengths, our beliefs, and try to win this game of football. Of course, trying to score goals, I think would play a big part of the game tomorrow. We cannot just wait and sit back and hoping for them making the mistakes, but I think will be a game that we have to play in a smart way, but we still have to attack and to play our way.
George.
Hi, Vic. There's been a lot of speculation about the manager before these second legs with Frankfurt and AZ, and the teams handled those occasions well. How much belief has that given you that you can go all the way and win this competition?
Yeah, I think we always back him since 2 years ago when he started his job, and we are really committed on what we have to do. We know exactly which is our way of football, and we always believed in what Ange gave us during this period. So nothing changed. To be fair, of course, we went through two rounds. Hopefully, we're going to do it again tomorrow.
Hi, it's Adrian from Nettavisen in Norway. A lot of players I've been talking to says that playing on artificial grass is almost like a different sport compared to the natural grass. Can you just elaborate your experience with playing on the surface before?
I don't have a lot of experience, to be fair. I've played, I think, the last time 5 years ago on an artificial pitch, but I cannot change this. So it's just how quickly you adapt. As faster as you adapt, as easy it will be tomorrow. So it's just a kind of mindset we knew before coming here that the surface would have been artificial, so we cannot change the condition of the pitch just for tomorrow night.
Done.
Hi, Guillermo. It looked like you had some difficult games in the league against Wolves and Nottingham Forest. I wondered what have you made of your own form recently, and do you feel full of confidence at the moment?
Yeah, I'm full of confidence, yes.
Ryan?
Hi Vic, how do you reflect on the goal that the team conceded at the end of the first leg? Because the Bodo players seem to be using that as leverage, that they've been given a lifeline effectively. So did that frustrate you in the days after the game that, you know, had you won 3-0, it might have been more confidence coming into this game?
No, I think every time we concede we are not happy to that, of course. We wanted to keep the clean sheet and the 3-0, but we didn't. So we had just to accept this, and is a signal for tomorrow night as well to put more effort, more attention on which are the threats up front. But yeah, of course, I think the first half has been played. Tomorrow we have to play the second half, so it's a double, game competition. It's not a World Cup or a Euros that the semi-final is just one game. So we knew before, and tomorrow we just have to play again high tempo, high intensity, like we did in the first leg, and then at the end we will see.
Chuck?
Hi, Vic. Losing Maddison and Bergvall has been a real blow to the squad, but is it kind of a sign of what's happened this season? And do you still have a real belief in kind of the quality of the Spurs squad to get through tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think the squad has a big quality, irrespective who's gonna play. Yeah, of course, Lucas and Madders are two important players for us, but everyone has had to deal with setbacks this season, and this time, unfortunately, is their time. So we're gonna miss them, but I'm sure tomorrow night everyone also has in the back of their mind this belief and this, this desire also to battle and to fight for them.
Yeah.
Hi, there's been a lot of attention on one of the Bodo players saying after the first leg that the way that Spurs pressed was bad, not too difficult to play through. Are you and the others aware of that? Are you taking any kind of offence to what was said?
No, I think I don't want to get drawn and comment what other people says. He said this, and it's fine to be fair. We're gonna prove tomorrow night. We're gonna let our football speak tomorrow on the pitch.
And then final one just here, please.
Yeah, hello. Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger recently said that the award to win the Europa League, a place in the Champions League, is far too great. What is your response to that?
Everyone can have his thoughts about everything in life. So, to be fair, I don't agree, but it doesn't matter. So these are the rules, and we want to go to the final.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The usual question on these: who hasn't travelled?
Yeah, matters obviously from the first leg. Yeah, obviously, tweaked his knee in the first leg, and so he's out. He'll miss the rest of this season, and disappointing for him because he's been a big part of sort of this latter part of the season, particularly in Europe for us, and disappointing for him more than anything else because he was, like I said, it was a big catalyst for us, and he misses out. But that's been also a constant of our season of dealing with these things. So we'll just overcome that, and then everyone else from the first leg travelled and ready to go.
Matt. Hi, Ange. I'm back here. When you came here with Celtic, you decided not to train on the artificial pitch, saying it made 0 sense, and tonight you are. Is there a recognition there that you're learning from what happened before? Is it a different approach?
No, it was different circumstances, and it was just a different scenario with Celtic. But tonight was more about, we've done this, we did it at Frankfurt, we've done it consistently through Europe. We just feel it works better for us, and the players are used to coming the night before, training at the venue, so made sense to do that this year.
Tom, just wait for the mic, please.
Hi, Ange. Obviously, James Maddison and Lucas Bergvall are two of your more creative midfielders. It feels like the onus might be a bit more on Dejan Kulusevski coming into this for that part of the game. What have you made of his form since he's come back from injury, and how much do you think he can step up in that void?
Yeah, look, certainly it's good to have Decky available because, obviously, like you said, with Lucas and Matters, different players, obviously, but, like you said, very creative, both of them going down in the same week. It's great that Decky's back. He obviously missed a lot of football, and it always takes a while to get his rhythm, and I feel like he's been getting stronger every game, and certainly against West Ham you could see he's starting to get his rhythm again, and the thing with him is, irrespective of kind of where he's at, he's going to work his socks off for the team. He's got an unbelievable engine, he doesn't stop running, and it'll be important for us.
Tom?
Hi, Ange. Just wondering what your mindset is going into this match, obviously with the 2-goal lead. What's been your message to the players? Is it to sort of go and win the game again, or to kind of consolidate, hold what you have?
No, I think it's just approaching it the same way we have, the rest of our campaign, really. I think away from home, we've been really, you've got to be really disciplined and organised whenever you're playing away in Europe, and irrespective of the scoreline. And I think what the lads have done well, and right through the campaign, particularly through the knockout stages in the second legs, whatever we've needed to do, they've done it, within sort of the confines of our game plan, and like I said, being organised, whether that was, we had to beat AZ at home and could have got nervy, and the boys handled that really well, and we had to go to Frankfurt and win, and tough venue and imposing sort of atmosphere, and again I think the lads handled it really well, so it'll be a similar sort of mindset for tomorrow.
George, please.
And I assume Sonny's not travelled.
Yeah.
How much of a blow is that, and also how is Dom after missing Sunday?
Dom's good. He's ready to go. Trained fully last couple of days, so he's no problem. Disappointing for Sonny. He was pushing hard. He has progressed. Possibility of him getting some game time on the weekend for us, but he hasn't trained with the team yet. So, but he is progressing. So we'll just wait and see how he goes.
Matt.
Hello, and can I ask about the comments by Arsene Wenger again? It sort of comes up that this idea that winning this competition shouldn't be a place in the Champions League. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, that's a debate that's been raging for years, mate. Like, at least the last 8 days. I've never heard that before. So, I've said it before, mate. Spurs does crazy things to people. It does. It does. You put that club into any sentence or any issue, and invariably they all come out and try and diminish as much as they can. Why wasn't it an issue before and it's an issue now? What's the difference? I don't understand what the difference is. The competition. Last year, fifth didn't get you into Champions League. This year it does. What does that mean? There were competition rules, and the rules say the winner goes into... And it's not the first year, and there is an asterisk against it that you have to do something else as well. But it's Spurs, mate. They love it. They love it. Oh, they love it. You love it. I don't want to go down that road because I've got a great respect for Arsene. He's one of the legends of the game. But it does crazy things to people, mate. I love it. I love it. Bring it on.
Jack, please.
It's going to upset people, so that makes me happy.
Hi, Ange. You said Spurs does crazy things to people. Do you feel like you guys are 2 games away from changing some of that narrative, changing some of those perceptions?
I don't know if it'll change it, but certainly some of it becomes redundant for sure, because a big part of, a lot of the narrative around the club is that we haven't won for a very long time, anything. 15 years, I think, for any kind of trophy, 21 years for a European trophy, so I think that's part of it. I think some of it will still exist beyond that, but as I said, you kind of, from my perspective, how do you create a winning culture? Well, it starts with winning, and I think the more experiences you have winning, and if you can, land a trophy along the way, that certainly gives belief within the whole club that it's capable and possible of doing. But we've still got a big game tomorrow to even get through to get to a final before we can start sort of talking about that.
And Bodo Glimt player Fredrik Sjøvold said after the last game that your pressing was very bad. What is your response to that comment?
that's okay. It's a game tomorrow. All those things will be answered.
This wasn't my original question, but I'm intrigued. You said that Spurs does crazy things to you, so...
Not to me. No.
Not to you?
No, I said to people, not
to
to
me.
People?
No,
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm great. I'm definitely good, yeah.
Okay, because I was intrigued how crazy Spurs has made you.
It hasn't made me crazy at all. I was talking about other people. I wasn't talking about me. I was asked a question about, apparently there's a massive raging debate about the legitimacy of us, or Man U, potentially being in the Champions League next year, as if it's, you need to change the rules because Spurs are involved. So, yeah.
You got your match against Villa moved. Does that mean you feel you have one foot in the final?
Oh my God, really? Yeah, next question, please. I've got no idea. Yeah. You realise I'm the manager, yeah? I don't make the rules, I don't change fixtures, I'm the manager, yeah? Okay, yeah, go.
Playing here against Bodo Glimt, what is the biggest challenges facing them here?
I think, as I said, I think whenever you play away from home in Europe, I think it's always challenging, it's always tough because obviously the opposition, have the normality of, the conditions and the stadium and, the crowd behind them. So all those kind of things always make it difficult. It's no different here. I think the fact that it's a semi-final is such a big game, irrespective, it's always going to be a bit tight and, really tense throughout the whole game. And, I think it's just the nature of the competition you're in and like I said, being in a semi-final that, whether it was at our place first or at our place second, it would have been the same kind of scenario of, I think two teams who know there's a big prize at the end and to get to a final and, they have to perform tomorrow.
Hi, Ange. Kjetil Knudsen, Glimt coach, said that the plastic pitch provides a bit of a different game. What's your assessment on that, and have you guys prepared on plastic pitch before coming here?
Yeah, it does. It's obviously different, but again, it's we'll train on it today. Like I said, whether it's the pitch, whether it's the atmosphere, whether it's the conditions, there's always something you need to overcome. At the end of the day, you're playing in a major competition. Like I said, away. There's always challenges there. Whatever that challenge needs to be, you need to overcome it, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Hi, Ange. There's been so much talk since you came here about your approach, but it felt like the Frankfurt game was kind of based on qualities that aren't talked about as much, kind of organisation, grit, and all those things. Can you talk about how important they are and how important they're likely to be tomorrow night?
Yeah, hugely. Just the nature of the competition. Knockout competitions kind of demand different things from you, I think, as a team, and particularly in knockout, sort of scenarios. Just in my experience, it naturally means that you kind of have to be a little bit more sort of focused because every moment is important, every aspect of the game is important, and so it does mean that certain things you have to be really clear-headed on, and in terms of our approach. And like I said, I think the boys have handled it really well so far in the knockout stages, particularly in the second legs of every game, of understanding what needs to be done, and within the context of we still want to play our football, we still want to be aggressive, knowing what sort of parameters we can play towards to get through.
Just to follow up, sorry, Ange. I mean, you've always said you're happy for your young players to kind of go out there, play, and make mistakes, and you won't put it on them. Does what you're saying mean you're kind of prepared to say be a bit more safety first in these scenarios?
No, because I think that happens naturally anyway. Like I said, players are, I keep saying, they're human beings. They understand as well, So there's always, I think if anything, if I put it on them even more, they become even sort of more conservative, and then you don't want that, I just think the nature of the contest means that happens anyway. So I guess that kind of reins in a lot of things on a natural basis. I don't think it's something I need to expressly say to the players. Again, my role within that is to kind of still show that there's kind of aspects of our game that are going to be really important tomorrow that are consistent in our game that we're going to have to execute as well.
Ryan, please.
Hi, Ange. Obviously, you touched on the fact Maddison and Son are missing. Have you spoken to any other players in your squad about stepping up and filling that leadership role? Because they're two of your key leaders. Or do you leave it to the players to take it upon themselves?
It's fair to say we've had good practice at it, mate. We've had a fair few leaders missing the whole time. So, it's like I said, that has been a constant in our season. You know, different times. I don't know how many captains we've had this year, to be honest, actually leading the team out. So I guess that's been a challenge, but the beauty of that is also it's allowed growth in some guys, you know, whether that's, you know, Pedro or Bentancur, Basuma, Dom Solanke. They're all sort of, you know, apart from sort of Vic and Romero, have all had to step up at different times this year because sometimes all four of our leaders, of our games, all four of our leaders have been missing. So because it's been a constant, I think it would have been more of a sort of maybe an issue for me to sort of discuss with the players, you know, if we got hit at this point of the season and we hadn't had to deal with it before, but it's kind of something we've been dealing with all year.
Final question here at the front, please.
Hi, Ange. You spoke about how you faced many challenges throughout your managerial career. This season in particular has been really difficult. If you're able to come through this competition and win it, do you think that sends a real message about resilience in general and for yourself and your team in particular?
Yeah, look, I do think resilience is a really important commodity for sure. I think anyone who has success in whatever field it is has had to show resilience at some point. I think I think there's you know, this notion that, you know, success just is linear and it comes really easy just doesn't exist. Everyone knows, anyone who's had success in their career, or like I said, in whatever field or whatever vocation they pursue, will know that at some point, you know, they've had to deal with adversity. We've had to deal with a lot of adversity this year, and I'm really proud of the lads that I've said before many times this year that through that adversity, they've never sort of splintered or lost or wavered belief in what we're trying to do. And we wouldn't be sitting in this position if that was the case, because there's plenty of opportunities during the year for that to happen. And, you know, I think it's a testament to them. And, you know, I think it helps you in games like tomorrow because you're going to have to deal with another challenge. But, you know, if they can sort of tap into the way they've dealt with every sort of stumble we've had this year and every challenge we've had this year, then, you know, they'll find the strength they need to get the job done tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Boys from there in that set position, just don't drive against the resistance, just work forward and forward. From there, just where you are, just crossing out. Boys from there, just that little bounce and stuff from squat please, just have 4 reps for me. Hip association, turn the hips out before you drop in please. And then where you are, just reverse. Lads from there, just that band down around your ankle. Lads going forward drive, diagonally, nice and long, like before, then you're going to speed on, forward nice and fast. Lads, just work where you are, nice and tall, little catch, up and down. Lads, where you are, shift forward, backwards, nice and slow.
Ja, Mainz. Ja, Mainz. Fortell hvem er du? Hvordan har du kommet hit?
Jeg har litt flaks med presseakkreditering og litt fri bilplan. Kanskje et par forelesninger som jeg har spilt på, som er og her er vi da.
Det er det fotball med deg, er det ikke det?
Det er det som er en
Hvordan er reisen til Bodo?
Det var veldig tung, lite søvn og litt sykdom på veien, og tidlig fly er ikke det beste. Litt hovedpine nå, men
Hvem er det du skriver for?
det er journalen som er avis på nettet, som er der jeg skriver. Og det er en plass for det blir journalister da, og de skriver saker der.
Må øve på semifinalen i Europa League?
Ja, det er jo, nå har ikke dette fotball før, og jeg tenker det er jo greit å starte så høyt som mulig, så blir det på en måte aldri vanskeligere den første gangen, så da går man inn i det bestemte skuldre.
Er det til Oslo med Vålerenga? De er ikke cupen, så det er sikkert det kan ikke cupe i lag.
Nei, det er dessverre ikke det. Jeg tror det er litt kult.
Ja, fortell da.
Men som har hatt en sånn situasjon som Vicario. Og han sa selv faktisk på en presse
nervøse. Det er litt sånn vi spiller. Vi spiller jo det mentale aspektet inn her. Og vi hører jo når vi står her og litt fra fryser litt selv, altså de klarer å være kaldt, og de har på seg lurer, de har på seg bøffer. Hvis ikke her, og det har noe
Nasjonalen du jobber for? Ja. Har de tur til? Du har egen sparegris på sånn der med
Ja, det er greit å ha deltidsjobb, så det betaler for det. Jeg kommer til å jobbe veldig mye neste uke for å feite opp den sparevarekontoen igjen, men det er veldig langt å slike opplevelser. At folk i bordet også kjenner på det, at det er et engangstilfelle, da. Som man gjerne vil se på seg.
Er det planer om å gjøre noe mer i Bodø enn bare kampen? Dekke litt rundt om Bodø, eller er det kun kampen?
Planen er også å prøve å dekke litt om hvordan ikke byen da, som
Han sa at vi vet at jeg er manageren, ikke sant? Neste spørsmål. Men kan det være fordi at de har litt rett i spørsmålet, at de er forberedt, de har sett for seg et scenario nå i finalen. De flytter den kampen da 2 dager tidligere for å få 5 dager hvile i stedet for 3 dager. Det har å si, det er ikke vanlig i England at de tar sånne hensyn utover hvis de kolliderer på den måten. Og derfor har det vært litt snakk om det i England, derfor snakker vi om det, og det fikk vel ikke noe sånn veldig godt svar, men kanskje er det et håp for Glimt at de tenker at dette er easy-peasy.
Ja, det er jo det store spørsmålet her. I forlengelsen av det vi pratet om tidligere, så det å kunne sette det han sa etter oppgjøret, da var det jo en journalist som sa you always have to do the hard way as Spurs players, og refererte til at det ble 1-3, og det ble spennende i kampen. Da sa vi ikke så mye. Det var veldig mange mål i store dager, og alle her har jo en det var jo mange ting faktisk, Ja, det var et par biter som slapp opp i stad. Begynte å kjøre bra over det. Rett i flyplassen i Bodø. Det som var i flyet. Kjører til Aspmyra. Og så er det Black Sea i morgen. Det er viktig å kjøre Ja, så begynte på lørdag.
Ganske dårlig, men det er på Aspmyra tidligere.
Så det Jeg har sett også har sett det i år, men hvis ikke glemmer at det er så kanskje på karriere. Ja, og så har han også hvis det må snakke være her, og han hadde vært med, så hadde det vært enkelt å forholde seg til så jeg tror nå har vi litt funnet siden, og det var ikke bare vi som var der, det var jo som var der. Men dessverre så var det ingen som fikk det. Det blir det litt smitt.
Look how quiet this airport is. And a number of team flags up. So immediately after coming out of the airport, team flags again. So it is freezing cold, it is raining, but we are walking from the airport to the hotel because you can. It's only a short walk, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and most people walk to and from the airport instead of using taxis, buses, etc. So let's see how we get on. So I just showed you how quiet the airport was. This is the main road right outside the airport. Hardly any vehicles at all. So it's actually 10:45 PM here, and look how light it still is. So I've been walking for about 3 minutes. That is the airport where I've just come from. And you can see the floodlights there. That is the stadium. Very, very close to the airport. And I must say, half the plane, Spurs fans, and half the plane, Bodo Glimt fans. Good bit of banter on the plane actually this evening. And yes, by the sound of my voice, yes, it is very, very cold here. So here we have the home of Bodo Glimt. Spurs trained here this evening. So the capacity here, 8,270. So around the whole of the stadium, lots of shops, offices, etc. These are all the TV camera crews, all ready for the game on Thursday against Spurs. And here you can actually see inside the stadium, one of the stands. As I said, all of the media trucks, and this is the media entrance. I tell you what, I've actually seen more flags than I have vehicles. And people. I know it's 11 PM, but still. So I'm literally next to one of the main stands, and there's houses right opposite. Imagine living here. And just a reminder, yes, I'm actually filming this at 11 PM, and it is this light. The old turnstiles, look at them. I've just seen who it is. Scored at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last week. There we go, geared up for the game. So this is the main entrance to the stadium. In a short interview with Tottenham Hotspur, Ange Postecoglou said this is a nice little stadium. I've got to say, right opposite the stadium, they've got some lovely houses here. And it actually looks like some apartments actually overlook the stadium as well. I've got to say, it does actually look very old-fashioned here, and it's not covered in advertising boards. See, other grounds, especially in the UK, you'd expect advertising boards to cover these fence panels here. There you go, I've mentioned panels. And when I say about it being old-fashioned, look at these floodlights. And it's now pushing on for 11:30 PM. So altogether, door to door, leaving this morning to get in here to the hotel, 13 hours. I hope this trip's worth it. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And I will see you tomorrow when Spurs play here and hopefully go through to the Europa League final. Come on, you Spurs.